So the single leg glute bridge, very simple. What you're gonna do, have a nice sturdy floor, hopefully, and we're gonna pick a leg that we're gonna drive with, right? So let's just pick, this is our driving leg, this is our bent leg. So with the glute bridge, what you wanna make sure you're not doing, especially if you have lower back pain, is you kind of go into extension and you're driving up from this section here, right? You gotta think about the glute bridge, whether it's single leg or double leg, as it's coming from your pelvis, it's coming from your butt, it's coming from your hamstrings a little bit when it comes to the driving force behind it. A lot of times we'll go into anterior pelvic tilt, overextension, and drive with our lower back. And if you have a sensitive back, that's a no-go. So the single leg glute bridge, nice and sturdy right here, bend this leg up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna initiate the movement before I actually take off. I'm gonna initiate, if you see me myself, you'll see me, that's just me squeezing my glute and getting this area here fired and trying to relax that lower back. So I'm going to initiate with my glute and then I'm gonna drive up as far as my glute will allow me, which is that right there. Come back down, nice and slow. What I tend to try to focus on is thinking about the area I'm trying to work, right? Sometimes if you can touch it, put your hand on it, it'll be a better contraction. If you're thinking about shutting off your lower back, that works just as well. You have the other cues here for your ribs, which are what I call the wrap thought process, is the ribs down, abs on, pelvis is in neutral. So with the straight leg version, once I've got the wrap on, the ribs down, abs on, pelvis is in neutral, I got my one leg up here that I'm driving with now. I'm gonna take this leg and go straight out. I'm gonna initiate, everything's braced here. I'm gonna initiate the contraction with my glute here. Got my good stable base, and I'm going to drive as high as I can, and then back down, okay? A lot harder than it is when it's here, because you're basically driving this way when you're pushing up and back. So with here, it's a little bit harder because you're dragging more weight, making this a little bit harder to do, okay? So you got the sensation, you got the fact that you have to make sure you're not switching from back to forth as you're going up. Your pelvis isn't dropping because it's too weak. Your core is too weak. Making sure it's nice and stable. Foot's planted, you're driving from your glute, not your lower back. Leg is straight, and you're going from there.